Hello and welcome to another video. We're going to be talking more about regular expressions today. I did a tutorial about regexes that I think is really useful. A bunch of people have told me that, they didn't understand regexes, then they watched the video and suddenly it all makes sense. So I'll link that in the description, but this is a bit of a more advanced feature that we're going to go over today. Lookaheads and lookbehinds. Anyway, let's jump into it. Okay, so this isn't supported by grep. We're going to be using Python's regular expression engine today. From the last video. Python 3 RE. This is also supported in a bunch of other programming languages and regular expression engines as well, but we're going to be specifically looking at Python's today because that's the one I use the most. But this also probably works in Perl and JavaScript as well, and most regular expression engines either use JavaScript's approaches or Perl's approaches. But we're going to be looking at lookaheads and lookbehinds. Lookahead and lookbehind. So basically what a lookahead does is at the current position that the regular expression is looking at, it makes an assertion about the characters ahead of it. A lookbehind is similar, but it looks at the characters behind it. Oh, that would be backwards, but camera backwards. So for instance, if I had a string like, let's say, hello world. And I wanted to match the word hello, but only if it had this after it. We might use a lookahead to make an assertion about what comes after it. Now note the lookahead doesn't actually consume the characters, but it just makes an assertion about the things beyond it. So if we made a pattern like reg equals re.compile, we want to match the word hello, and then we want to do a positive lookahead. There are actually 4 types. There's positive and negative, lookahead, and lookbehind. Positive being that it must match this, negative being that it doesn't match this. So I happen to know that question mark equals is our positive lookahead here. So we want a positive lookahead for a space and then the word hello for our pattern. And if we do reg.findAll in S, you'll see that it only matches hello. However, if we had done re.compile hello without that lookahead, we would have matched both of the hellos inside of our thing. So this is saying only find hello followed by exactly this set of characters here. So this is a positive lookahead. Now we can also do, let's do reg.search so that we see the actual position. So you can see it's at position 0. We could also do a negative lookahead where instead of saying it must be equal to this, we're going to say it must not be equal to this. And now if we search this, you'll see that we matched the second hello rather than the first one. This is a negative look ahead. Of course, you can have a negative look behind and a positive look behind to do the same. And they use different characters. So this is positive look ahead, negative look ahead, positive look behind, and negative look behind. Now, there are some rules specifically about look behinds in that they must be a fixed length, I believe. Yeah, must be a fixed length for a positive look behind. Does the negative look behind have the same thing? Yeah, they must be fixed length. This prevents the regex engine from being incredibly slow, because if it had to do a variable look behind, it could essentially loop forever. So this is kind of like a simplicity and also a performance reason that it doesn't have variable length look behinds. Some regex engines do, but Python's does not. And this can be useful for making sure you don't have characters before you. I recently used this to do a search for escaped sequences. So I wanted to match not let's see, not a, is that the right for negative look behind? Question mark negative look behind for a backslash, put an R in front of this, followed by some number of pairs of backslashes, followed by a backslash, and then let's say, the character U, for instance. So, oops, re.compile, reg3. Oh, that might have broken. No, that worked fine. So this is matching not a backslash, and then some odd number of backslashes. That's what this bit of pattern does, and then a U. And the reason that I put this negative look behind before it is maybe it would try and match backslashes partway through a chunk of backslashes. So now if I did reg3 dot search, hello, and then say we had an escaped backslash, another escape backslash, and then backslash u, I don't know, world here, you can see that it's going to match. I mean, this looks a little bit silly because this is actually doubling the backslashes so that it shows up in the representation, but it matched this section here. Now, if we had an even number of backslashes, it's not going to match at all. And that's specifically what I wanted to match with this pattern. So this is one example of a negative look behind. Now note again that this doesn't consume any characters. It kind of acts like an anchor, similar to caret and $ in your patterns, in that it doesn't consume any space, so it is just a position assertion. You can also AND these together, so if you wanted to check that a bunch of things don't come after this, so like if we said, where is our question mark bang, yeah, this one. So this says find hello that's not followed by hello. We could also say that it's not also followed by world and not also followed by, I don't know, foo, for example. And so this would not match hello, hello, or wait. Oh, wait, you need to AND all those together? Wait, why did this match? Oh, because it matched this second part here, of course. Yeah, so it matched this bit here. So you could also say that we have a negative look ahead assertion for the end of the string as well. So we don't want to match that as well. You can see it doesn't match this, it doesn't match hello world, but it does match hello Anthony, for instance. So we negative look ahead excluded these particular things, but we matched this one. And so it's basically just repeating that negative look ahead a bunch of times. And again, since it doesn't consume any length, you can kind of just put a bunch of these here. And you can think of other ways to use this as well with look behinds or other things. But yeah, that's negative look aheads and negative and positive look aheads and look behinds, which is, you know, a bit more of an advanced feature, but it can be really useful to make sure that you're matching exactly what you want to match. And you can do more complicated things like this. Now, I don't know, regex isn't always the right solution to the problem, but sometimes it's nice to have it in your toolbox. Anyway, hopefully you found this useful. If there are additional things you would like me to explain, leave a comment below or reach out to me on the various platforms. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.